Hello everyone, in this video we are going to solve a basic and very simple problem under balance sheet, okay, in corporate accounting final accounts chapter. Okay, here the question is very simple. Without any adjustments we are going to solve. Why we are doing like this means, first we should know the basic concept of preparing final statements of a particular company. So in order to do all those things, let us start with easy questions, then we can move on to difficult problems, isn't it? Okay, the question is, from the following ledger balance of Sunshine Company Limited, prepare a balance sheet of the company as on 31st March 22 as per Schedule 3 of Companies Act. Okay, they have given the trial balance, particulars, amount. So one side they have given all the liabilities and remaining liabilities and assets are mixed, they have given. We have to identify the which is a liability and which is an asset along with note numbers. Let us solve this. Okay, equity share capital, obviously equity share capital is related to liabilities. That is we are going to solve in note 1 N1, that is in liabilities. Okay, next I think we'll change to red color so it will be more visible. So note 1 liabilities. Okay, next general reserves. So reserves and surplus, separate heading we are having in note 2, that is also under liability side. 12% debentures and mortgage securities, these kind of terms you should always remember. These things are related to long term borrowings, nothing but note number 3. This is also a liability. Land and building is an asset, so it is an asset. We are going to solve it in note number 7. Goodwill is also an asset, but this one is an intangible asset, so this is also comes under note 7. Bank overdraft. See, bank overdraft, which is a short-term borrowings for a particular company. First you should know the meaning of overdraft. Overdraft means extra withdrawing facilities given to a current account holders of a bank, especially for business persons. They are going to provide this OD facilities. So for example, only for 3 months. So I am a businessman, so I'm going to issue a check for 1 lakh rupees. Okay, but in my account I have only 80,000 as a balance. So here the bank is going to issue they are going to pass the check. The bank will pay 1 lakh minus 20,000 is considered as OD. Okay, within 1 month or within 3 months I can repay it back. Because I am a business person, I have more transaction with the bank, so the CIBIL rate will be high also. So that is a basic understanding. Definitely I am going to pay them back. Okay, like that. So it is a liability, short term liability, so we are going to consider this in short term borrowings. Short term borrowings we are going to consider. Short term borrowings, yes. Note 4. Proposed dividend. So proposed dividend, nothing but it is a part of profit kept aside for the future purpose. Okay, so if the company is going to declare dividend, means if it is declared, mean immediately next day it is not going to pay. So they will declare one date. For example, we are going to issue 6 rupees per share, just for example. Within 1 or 2 within a month they are going to pay. So that this is a very short term profit kept aside for a particular purpose, that is paying dividend, isn't it? So this is the short term provisions which is especially kept aside for a particular purpose, right? So liabilities, short term provisions we are going to write. Prepaid prepaid insurance. So prepaid insurance are nothing but see, I have paid my insurance in advance. Okay, so this is my asset. In other current assets I'm going to write, that is last note 10. Okay, next, mutual funds. Mutual funds are nothing but my investment, isn't it? So here mutual funds, they have not mentioned 5 years or 10 years, nothing they have given. So we can make an assumption that this one is a long term investment, so we can write it in non current investment. Okay, interest payable. Interest payable are nothing but related to liabilities, that is under other current assets, current liabilities we are going to write, that is note 6. Okay, like this we have to read all the questions, and we have to identify whether it is a liability or an asset. If it is a liability, under which note we are going to write, like that we are going to identify it. Okay, advances to employees. See, advances given to employees is an asset. Okay, under short term loans and advances heading we are going to write, directly we are going to write. For these categories we don't need to write the note number. Okay, discount on issue of debentures. See, these discounts we are going to show it in the reserves and surpluses. So here we are going to write that in that particular debentures written off they have given, isn't it? So directly we are going to write it there. See, one second. Discount on issue of debentures written off. So here certain things like preliminary expenses written off, debentures, discount on issue of debentures especially. Okay, if these statements they have given in the sense, this will be shown in the asset side, preliminary expenses written off and a discount on issue of debentures written off. These two statements especially we are going to show it in asset side, that too in note 10, other current liability, current assets. Okay, tools and equipments, nothing but it is related to fixed tangible assets, note 7. Gratuity fund. See, gratuity funds are nothing but provision kept aside for particular purpose. The purpose is gratuity. Okay, but gratuity is for long term, isn't it? So we are going to write it in long term provisions in liabilities side. Okay, debtors, obviously debtors we are going to write it in asset side, that is especially in note number 8. Cash at bank, note number 9, cash and cash equivalent under asset side. Next, stores and spares. So this is also under fixed asset. P&L account, credit balance. So credit balance in the sense, if it is a loss we are going to minus it from reserves and surplus, note 2. And bills receivables, receivables they have mentioned, so we are going to write it in note number 8, that is trade receivables, and we are going to write sundry creditors. Sundry creditors are nothing but trade payable, that is note 5. Okay, so I'll write here trade payable, and this one is trade payable, and this one is trade receivables. Okay, this is how we are going to identify the concept, and each individual things has to be identified. Move on to the solutions now. So this is the format in which we are going to solve all the solutions. Okay, this is balance sheet 1, and for particular notes we are going to solve it. Okay, so one by one let's solve this. First one, okay, note 1, share capital, particular amount. Share capital, how much they have given in question? Equity share capital. First we have to solve all the note number, then only we can easily fill the balance sheet. Okay, so equity share capital they have given 26 lakh, so total 26 lakh. So no adjustment, no additional adding or deleting anything, just simply we are going to write. Next, note 2, but reserves and surplus, I am writing in short form. Okay, so under reserves and surplus, general reserves they have given us 30,000. And one more, see what I'll do here means I'll tick mark the things so that you can easily understand. So note 1 is done. Note 2, now we are solving general reserves. So here also we are having note 2. So this one, credit balance in the sense it is a profit, debit balance in the sense it is a loss. If they have given profit means please add the value to your general reserve. If it is a loss means you have to deduct it from your general reserve. So this P&L 21,490 will be added to your account. Okay, so P&L, so these things we have done now. Okay, so here add, we don't need to write add, actually directly we can write P&L account 21,490. so if you total it 51,490. okay, so this is regarding note 2. Do we have note 3? We'll check the question once. Note 3, we have 12% debentures as 4 lakh. I'll write here note 3, long term borrowings. Okay, 12% debenture. How much they have given? 4 lakh. 4 lakh. Okay, next note 4. Under note 4, okay, I'll do one thing. How many notes we have completed? Note 1, 2 and 3. So we'll write all these balance in the balance sheet. Okay, note 1, how much we are having? 26,000, 26,000. Note to 51,490. Wait, I'll write it neatly. So 26,000 and 51,490. Next, note 3, 4 lakh. Okay. Or other long-term liabilities do we have? No, I think they have not given any other long-term liabilities. They have not given. Okay, long-term provision, do we have any long-term provision? We'll cross-check with the question paper. We have to do simultaneously, guys. Here we should not do all the notes and then moving on to the balance sheet. We'll miss here and there. So try to solve few or 3-4 notes and write these balances in the balance sheet or income statement respectively. Okay, then cross check with the particular format, shareholders, reserves and surplus, like that you cross verify with all the things. See here, long term liabilities, we don't have any long term liabilities. Okay, next one is long term provisions. Okay, we'll cross verify whether do we have any long term provisions or not. According to me, we have one long term provision, that is gratuity fund. See, I have told, right? Gratuity fund, we have to write it here. So this value we have to mention it, gratuity fund. So if you want to write, we can, I'll write here gratuity fund. For this, no need of writing notes, because majority of the times for that particular things we don't have any adjustment. Direct answers we can write. How much they have given? 3 lakhs. Okay, next, short term borrowings. Here we have short term borrowings, that is note 4. In this question they have given directly short term borrowings, that is where, yes, proposed dividend, that is the short term, sorry, this is short term provision. Short term borrowings is a bank OD. Okay, so bank overdraft is a short term borrowings. Note 4 we have to write. So I'll just write note 4 here, short term borrowings, that is bank OD. How much we are having bank overdraft? 2,45,100. So total it 2,45,100. Okay, next, fifth one, trade, note 5. Trade payables. Trade payables are nothing but sundry creditors. Okay, whether bills payable, like that, which are all current liabilities we are identifying, no, that one. So we have, in our question we have sundry creditors. So the value of sundry creditors is rupees 92,560. 92,560. 560. So note 5, That's it, we don't have any other further value, so direct 92,560. Next, note number 6. Okay, for note 6 we have other current liabilities, those liabilities which is not identified in the above particular notes. Those items will be categorized as other current liabilities. So we have other current do we have any other current liabilities? We'll cross verify with these things. Okay, yes, note number 6 we are having here interest payable. Okay, so interest payable 32,400 we are having. So I'll write here interest payable 32,400, total 32,400. This is the total. Okay, fine. Again I have solved 3 notes, so I'll write these values in the balance sheet format. Okay, how much bank owed? 2 lakh. I'll write here bank overdraft note 4 value we are having 2,45,100, and trade payable we have calculated, isn't it? So that one I'm going to write it, that is 92,560. Next, other current liabilities we had, yes, 32,400. See, one more item we are having, that is short term provisions. Let us cross verify with our questions, do we have any short term provisions or not? If we have, means we can write it directly. Okay, yes, see, we have written this, right? Capital finished, reserves, debentures finished, bank OD. Yes, here proposed dividend is short term provisions, this one we have to write now. Okay, short term provisions 82,000. So here I'll write it as dividend, proposed dividend 82,000. Okay, so we'll cross verify once again. Mutual fund is my investment, and advances to employees is also my asset. So here this liability has been done. Debtors, sundry creditors we have already write it in note 5. So all my liabilities I have completed. Okay, now we'll total the liability. Let's see how much will be the total value. If you add all these values, our value should be match with the assets total. So if you add all these, means our total will be 38,03,550. Okay, fine, you have to add all these value. So now we'll move on to assets. Okay, yes, I'll keep it like this. So for assets calculation, note 7. Note 7 we are having fixed asset, fixed assets. So we are going to write down all the fixed assets which are all we are having. Okay, so first asset, land and building, 15 lakh. So land and building 15 lakh 54,970, 15 lakh 54,970 land and building. Goodwill 10 lakh, or else we can write intangible assets directly here. So tangible, intangible we are having, right? So intangible we can write it as 10 lakh. Okay, I'll add only the tangible assets. Mutual funds is my investment. You should know the difference between investment and asset, guys. Okay, next, tools and equipments, 3,75,000. Any other assets, long fixed assets do we have? We have stores and space, 1,77,800. Yes, here they have given stores and spares. We can identify this as inventories also. Here spare parts and loose tools, these things will be comes under inventories. Wait, yes, we can identify this as inventory, because for this particular things we don't have any depreciation calculation. In case they have given anything like that, means you have to write it in note 10 only. Okay, so no other fixed assets, so I'll write this tools and equipments 3,75,000. Equipment 3,75,000. If you total, the total value is 19,29,970. Okay, next, note 8. So under note 8 we are having trade receivables, under trade receivables, what are all the things we are having? Let us check. Bills receivables and debtors we are having. Okay, so bills receivables is 44,600. so bills receivables 44,600, and debtors we are having 1,38,520. if you add both values will be 1,83,120. Okay, next, note 9, that is cash and cash equivalent. I'll just write cash and cash equivalent. They have given only cash at bank, so directly also we can write, or else we can write in note also. So 1,57,160 is the value. Last note 10 we are having other current assets. Okay, in note 10, see, I'll show here. Yes, this prepaid insurance is there, right? This one is considered as other current asset. Okay, so prepaid insurance 25,000. I'll write the total here. Prepaid insurance 25,000. Next, this one is done. Mutual funds, I'll come to mutual funds. Advances to employees, I'll also come for that. Discount on issue, this one is while explaining the question I have told you this will be comes under note 10, 12,500. Discount on issue of debentures write off. Okay, that is 12,500. So 37,500 is the value. So we have calculated 4 notes, right? We will fill these values in the balance sheet. Okay, note 7, for that, for tangible assets, how much we have calculated? 19,29,000. Just wait, 19,29,970. 29,970 is the value. Next, intangible, I have written non-current investment. Like this we have to cross verify, I told you, right? So non-current investment, here we have identified this mutual fund as a non-current investment, or else you can identify this as a current investment, because they have not clearly mentioned about the mutual funds, whether it is a small cap or long cap. They haven't told anything, so you can identify with your perspective. So I identified this as a long-term investment. So 1,68,000. So non-current investment 1,68,000. Okay, this one is also done. So all the things which they have given in the debit side particulars we have completed. Okay, now advances to employees. So these advances to employees will be written in separate heading, like short term loans and advances. Okay, here short term loans and advances they have given, right? Here we have to write the advances given to employees. The value is 1,50,000. Okay, this one now completed. Slowly we'll go on there. So here cash and cash at bank we have written. Stores and spares, yes, this one we are going to identify as a inventory. So under inventory we can write, so inventories 1 lakh, how much they have given, 1,77,000, 77,800. Next, note 8, 1,83,120, 1,83,120. Next, note number 9, 1,57,160, 1,57,160. Next last note 10, 37,500. Okay, if you add these values means your total liability and asset value should match. Okay, so if you add all those things means the total is 38 lakh 3,550. See, both the values are matching, which means your problem is correct. Okay, so always remember that after solving it, before calculating, once you verify with your questions. Okay, how I have done while correcting, right? See, I'll just open my balance sheet and I'll check with my questions. Like that, you have to verify the things, then you can move on to the next procedures. Don't blindly for from note 1 to note 14 you don't solve. Okay, first, in exam perspective I'm telling, first prepare income statement format first. Maximum it takes 3 minutes. So particular note amount, under particular what are all the things what you know, write all those things. In next sheet, balance sheet format. Okay, 2 sheets you made a framework. Okay, just you have to fill the answers now. In next page you are going to start with note number 11. Without identifying your profit we can't solve the balance sheet. Okay, so from note 11 to 14 you are going to solve first. So after solving 11 to 14 you will complete your income statement first. For each note maximum you are going to take 1 minute. So for 4 notes maximum you can take 4 to 5 minutes. With the help of those notes you can prepare income statement easily within 5 to 10 minutes. So within 20 to 25 minutes, okay, you have to finish your both format of your income statement and balance sheet along with complete income statement you are going to solve. Then note 1, after note, I'm just telling you are done with your income statement. Next you are moving on to note 1. Okay, note 1 to 10 you are going to solve. Hope you all understood this concept. So if you have any doubts, kindly comment in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Solve the questions once and twice and then understand it. Okay, thank you.